It's literally just muted on the damn computer.
We're gonna need it. Where is my mouse? God-forsaken thing. every now and then we'll reset right away, but the newer time zone one will freeze and it'll take about 1 second right before it resets. Yeah, the 25 is just fine. It's only the 20. It's just sticking. Probably have more if there's any issues with it. 40. I just put it in there. Go ahead. Last week,
Right there. Yeah.
come on, mouse. Yes, come on, mouse. I just gotta unmute the dang thing.
Cover official signal designated.
Yes, I think you're going to need to have that turned on.
Walls declared dead. Playback starts with farm.
Tell them it's because it can be displayed on the internet, on TV. It needs to be a presentation display.
So even if they go out of bounds, say it's second down, they run out of bounds. Still, they're not going to.
Parts apart, man. Mouse. Gotta unmute it. I did. Not sure how.
Except now you're all sweaty. Okay.
Sorry, man. Get in there.
What you need?
Checking to see what's going on.
Might got it.
I ain't the man yet.
As the song says, they're gonna have to catch me if they want to hang. Yeah, man. Yeah, I will. Good work, TG. Good work. I'm gonna let it go. You can run through and then I'm gonna let it run through just once. We'll do it again on the cue. I'm just making sure it works. I understand. Trying not to confuse people any more than I am. Alright, so let's go with lineups. This? No, I play sportsmanship again.
Tim, you got it.
I did. Had a boy.
Freezer. Official's gonna be.
On special teams tonight,
Zach Parker, senior, number 11.
Mason Lucas, senior, number 4.
Well done, Timothy. Well done. Can I shock you a little bit with my next song?
Who needs to talk about it?
Yeah, I suppose. Did you ever get, your world, we're just living in it. How time you figured that out? playing of our national anthem. We ask that you please remain standing with your hats removed until the colors have left the field. Thank you. Internet famous?
How far we reached last year, but we're overseas. We are worldwide.
We are a worldwide show. Anywhere that'll watch us. Uzbekistan, big, huge view. Got all their help. Thank you. Be sure to watch the Norwalk Warriors marching band during their halftime performance of tonight's game. The theme for this year's show is Earth, Wind, and Firebird, featuring a compilation of Earth, Wind, and Fire music combined with classical music from Mussorgsky, Bach, and Stravinsky. The next band performance will be right here at our homecoming performance on September 27th. Let's show our support for the Norwalk Warrior Marching Band.
They don't shake hands. All right, what do we want to do? They're just gonna stand there and say something. Good luck. Nobody get hurt.
Yes.
All right. Welcome, Warrior fans. Another great night for football here at the opening game for the 2019 season for our Norwalk Warriors. It is a just beautiful evening tonight. Just a second here, let me give you. And we are at 76 degrees and wind barely out of the north tonight. Just moving our flags, so won't be coming into play for us with that this evening with the passing games. So just grounds crew has done a fantastic job of keeping the grass cut here in beautiful Minart Field and Warrior Stadium at the corner of Cherry and Warrior Lane. So just a wonderful night for football. Excited to go here. First home game for the 2019 season. Looks like DCG has won the toss for the game. They're electing to receive and start at the south end of Minart Field here tonight. So this is a non-district game this evening against DCG Mustangs. Other District 8 non-district games tonight include Ballard at Carroll. Bondurant Farrar is hosting Winterset this evening. Carlisle traveled to Lewis Central and Gilbert welcomes Roland Story. North Polk traveled to Grinnell. That's a little tough to say. North Polk traveled to Grinnell. Next week, Warriors travel to Pella. And then the next home game will actually be the homecoming game against Carlisle on September 27th. So if you can only make it to one game this year, that's homecoming game is always a great time to see old friends, old faces, maybe even meet some new friends. So all right, the young men take the field here. Mason Lucas lining the ball up at the 40-yard line on the left hash. He's our kicker tonight. He is a senior. So looks like the kickoff team's pretty jacked up, ready to go. Deep for DCG, we have number 13, Caden Grimes, who's a junior. And we also have Isaac Boley, who is a receiver for DCG, and he is a senior this year. Refs blow the whistle. We're ready to go here. Refs tonight are Tim Stovey, Dylan Dinkla, Dan Burns, Tony Slack, and Jordan Dinkla. Kickoff goes deep. 85 takes it, runs it up to the 30, about the 33-yard line. DCG will have a 1st and 10 there. That was Isaac Boley on the run. Ball is spotted at the 33. It'll be on the right hash, or the Warriors' left hash, as the defense takes the field. DCG comes out, one back, one wide out. Quarterback's in shotgun, running back behind him. There's a high snap, tossed to the left. Warriors out there to close off the outside gap. They feel wonderful. Come in, they gain about 4 yards there, maybe 5. Marking him down at about the 37-yard line, 38, somewhere in there. So we'll say that's a gain of 5 for him tonight to get that start. Give him a 2nd and 5 on the left hash, or the Warriors' right hash. DCG lines up in the same formation, one wide out to the left. Warriors' right side. Quarterback sprints out to the right side, dumps the ball off to a wide open receiver. I believe that's the same young man who ran the kickoff return, Isaac Boley, down there. Yes, it was. All the way into Warrior territory now on the 40-yard line. That was quite the pickup of quite a few yards. Mustangs 1st and 10 on the Warriors 40. Warriors left hash. DCG has 3 wide outs. Flag on the play. Got some offsides there. Somebody lined up offsides on DCG. That'll move them back. That was Caden Grimes. Offsides cost him 5 yards. That'll bring up a 1st and 15. The Warriors' 45-yard line. DC driving north on the right hash, on their right hash. Play coming in from the sidelines, number 10, Ty Walker, quarterback, who's a junior. DCG lines up. They have 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right of the quarterback. Man in motion, right to left. There's the snap. Oh, it's a fumble. Quarterback tried to give it and didn't. Fumbled the ball, fumbled it forward, gain of 3 yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 12. DCG's right hash. Gearhart on the tackle for Norwalk. DCG comes to the line of scrimmage, a little miscommunication there. Receiver not knowing where to go. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Quarterback sends him in motion, right to left. Running back was moving. Nobody called it. Hand up right up the middle. Good for about 3 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 for the Warriors here for the defense. Still on the same hash. We're on the right hash. Warriors left hash. I never know how I should call that from the Warrior side or DCG side, so we're just going to call it from the offense side, maybe. All right, 3rd and 9. Well, actually, they're going to call it a 3rd and 10 here. Tight formation by DCG, hard count by the quarterback. Warriors stayed strong. Here comes a heavy rush. Quarterback escapes, dumps the ball off in the flat. Incomplete. Great job by Norwalk defense there. Nobody around the ball for DCG for any type of completion. DCG now looking at a 4th and 10 on the Warriors' 40-yard line. Scott Anderson takes the field for the punt return. Scott Anderson is a senior this year. He is back deep at about the 10-yard line. Punt formation for DCG. There's the snap, there's the kick. Pretty low line kick. Bounces at the 15. Scott Anderson wisely lets it bounce away. It's rolling inside the 5-yard line. DCG downs the ball on the 4-yard line for the Warriors. That's where the offense is going to take. Be a 1st and 10 on the Warriors left hash on the 4-yard line. Warriors take the field, led by quarterback Zach Marker, who's a senior this year, 6'2", 190 pounds. They've already got the play called. They line up. Warriors have three receivers to Marker's right, one spread out to the left, running back directly behind. So play action, pass to the right flat. Pass goes to Ethan Carlson. Gain of about 5 yards, looks like, 6 yards. Going to bring up a 2nd and 4 on the Warriors' right hash. Ball just over the 10-yard line. Warriors line up. We have deuce formation, 2 receivers wide, both sides. There's the snap. Marker bobbles the snap. Got a little rush. He's dancing around back there, and he's going to take a safety. Doggone it, he's got to get rid of that ball. Takes a safety. DCG on the scoreboard first. It just looked like a mad rush from DCG defense. Marker had nowhere to go. I think everything went awry when he bobbled the snap there, the shotgun snap. Kind of took his concentration other places and didn't have much to be able to do there. Nope. I take that back. No safety, boy. He just put it right on the goal line. You can't get much further back than that. Ball was spotted right there. Handoff up the middle by Norwalk to Sam Eggers, excuse me. He was a junior this year, 5'8", 165. Gained a couple of yards there. Maybe, well, it's on the 2, so that was it. I can't believe they didn't call that a safety. That football could not have been any more closer to the goal line than what it was. All right, Norwalk out in the punt formation. There's the snap, quick kick. Ball up in the air, it goes all the way back to the 45-yard line of DCG. Good coverage right there. Oh, a huge clip in the back. I don't know how they didn't spot that. Oh my goodness sakes. Punt return right there handled by Isaac Boley again from DCG, number 85, who is a senior, 6 foot, 175. Well, I know there was a few calls last year that I called that the guys in striped shirts didn't call, and well, we're just going to start this year with that one. Still first quarter, 7:50 to go in the first quarter, and I've made a better call than they did. So, all right, DCG on Norwalk's 45-yard line, left hash. We've got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback, high snap, ball up the middle, and no gain. Loses a yard on the play there. Ball carrier, Zachary Brand, who's a junior, 5'11", 195. Lost 2 yards there, so that's going to bring up 2nd down and 12 at the Warriors' 47-yard line. 62, Ethan Stockwell for the Warriors looking on, getting the play call from Scallon on the sidelines, checking wristbands, find out how they're going to line up tonight on this play. DCG breaks the huddle, comes to the line, 1 receiver wide to the left, 3 bundled up on the right. Quarterback snaps the ball, handoff up the middle for a Warrior defensive player right there. That's number 53, Cooper Evans, D-line. He's a junior, 6 foot, 205. He was right there just like he knew exactly what the play was. That drives DCG back further. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 14. So not a very good offensive series for DCG here. Nothing has been gained positive yards. They've lost yard every snap. So see if the defense can crank it up a little bit and take care of it on this. DCG lines up, deuce formation, 2 receivers wide each side, running back tight behind the quarterback. Hard count by the quarterback. Nobody moved on the Warrior side. High snap, quarterback takes it, throws the ball up. Nobody out there. Scott Anderson for Warriors was the closest one there. So incomplete. That's going to bring up a 4th and long, 4th and 14 for DCG on Norwalk's 49-yard line. Scott Anderson stays deep as the punt returner there. DCG in the huddle. They break the huddle, come out in punt formation. Number 30, the punter, Zachary Needham. He's usually a defensive lineman, senior. He lines up. There's the snap, and here's the punt. Right at Scott Anderson, who picks it about the 20-yard line at full speed, and he's around the right side to the 40. He's out at the 44-yard line. Boy, 1 guy left to go, and that was number 4, Garrett Morris for Dallas Center, who stopped a sure touchdown there by Scotty Anderson. Great field position lined up now for the Warriors. Going to give the Warriors 1st and 10 on their 45-yard line on their right hash, so closest to the Warrior sidelines right there. Norwalk comes out, lines directly up on the ball. We've got empty backfield here, so we've got 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Man in motion from right to left. Marker play action, shoots it over the middle, all in and out of the hands of the receiver, Nick Marker, and almost picked off by the defensive back there, Dawson Lego for DCG. Going to bring 2nd and 10 for the Warriors. They're already up at the line of scrimmage, checking their wristbands to see what the sideline's called. So we got 3 receivers to the left side, 1 wide out to the right. Running back right next to Mr. Marker in the backfield. Marker takes a snap, he scrambles to his left, sets up to throw and pulls it back down, and he is going to be sacked at the 40-yard line on the DCG sidelines there, just at the numbers. Mr. Marker seems to have some happy feet tonight. He's got to step up in that pocket and let it go around him and step up, make a throw. Easy for me to say, well, I set up here. So Warriors have 3rd down, 14 to go. Ball is just over the 40-yard line. Norwalk lines up, deuce formation, 2 receivers wide each side. Running back for pass protection. Marker takes a snap, drops back, lets the ball throw to his right-hand side, and he's got a guy just out of reach of Ethan Carlson there, sprinting down the sidelines. Ball landed about the 15-yard line. Incomplete pass for Mr. Marker. That's going to bring up a 4th down for the Warriors, 4th and 14. I see the punt team coming on. They line up. Zach Marker back to punt the ball. Again, back deep is number 85, Isaac Boley for DCG. He's at approximately the 12, 13-yard line. He takes a couple steps up. He's about the 15 now, midfield. There's the snap to Marker. Marker kicks the ball. High punt. Boley's back there waiting. Takes the ball at about the 18 and running to his right side. He's got some room there. He's up to the 40, 45 midfield. He's breaking free, and last-ditch effort tackle brings him down at the 32-yard line. That was a saving tackle right there. Number 30 was in on the play, Brock Weiss, and Cooper Evans in the vicinity as well. All right, that's great field position for DCG now. Ball was quite kind of kicked out of the coverage. Usually the coverage on the punt team is on the right side, and that punt's supposed to go to the Warriors' right side, and it floated mid to left away from all the coverage there. So DCG's got great field position, 1st and 10 on a 32-yard line. There's a handoff up the middle. Running back bounces it to the right side, finds some room. He's all the way down the sidelines, and he's in for a score for DCG. Well, the handoff looked like it was going to go right up the middle, and the running back bounced it to the Warriors' left-hand side and found a little hallway down the sidelines there, and DCG in for the score. DCG running on the field. Looks like they've got the old-time swing and gate going on for their PAT. See if they can catch the Warriors sleeping. Buddy looking over at the sidelines here, number 15 back, Bryce Germier. Not sure how I'm pronounced that. I apologize if I'm ruining it. Oh, he's the holder there. Number 34 is the kicker, and that is Zachary Brand. And there's the snap, and there's the kick, and it is good. DCG first on the board tonight with 5:02 left to go in the first quarter, 7-0. Well, let's hope that doesn't rattle the defense too much. I mean, that was just a broken play by the offense. Running back given the ball and met with a line of defensive warriors there and had to bounce that play. And everybody just caved into the middle there and left a space open on the Warriors' left-hand side. That just happens. It wasn't like they ran it through us or anything like that, but it just happens. Players got to play their position, stay in their area. Just a little bit of a mental breakdown there, perhaps. But that was a great play by the running back to have that vision, to see that there was nothing up the middle for him, and to bounce that and hit the corner. So DCG up 7-0. Warriors lined up to receive the kick. We've got Scott Anderson back deep, and we also have Chase McKinney back there, wide receiver, who's a junior, 6'2", 175. So DCG lined up to kick. Zachary Brand on the kickoff. High, deep ball back to about the 1-yard line to Scott Anderson. Scott Anderson takes it. He's up to the 20. He breaks it to the right side, 30, 35. And he's going to get to about the 36, but there's a piece of yellow laundry on the field at about the 23-yard line. Illegal block, it looks like, on the Warriors. It's going to negate a great run back there. Oh, sorry, block in the back. 10-yard penalty there from the spot. So that's going to give the Warriors, that's going to back them up in their field position there. They would have had great field position to start from, around the 32, 34-yard line. He's going to take the Warriors back too. He's going to spot it. Goodness, he just keeps walking. Keeps walking. All right. Drops the ball at the 9-yard line, looks like, shaded just to the right of the right hash. Warriors line up, 2 receivers, 1 each side. Marker barks out the snap count. Looks like he's going to hit the flat, tucks the ball, and runs to his right-hand side. He's still up, still fighting for yards. He's at about 16-yard line. Great way to start the drive there, about 6 yards. maybe 7. So Marker took the snap and looked to his left like he was going to throw the flat to the running back who was running that way, and tucked the ball and ran to the right. So it brings up a 2nd and 2. They give him 8 yards for that. Norwalk lines up 2 receivers to the right, 3 receivers to the left. Empty backfield for Marker. Man in motion from right to left. Looked like he was going to give that way. Marker pulls the ball out. Great block by the receiver here on the edge by number 12, Ethan Carlson. That was a great block to seal the edge for Marker. Marker brings the ball up to the right-hand side, about the 27-yard line. That'll give Norwalk a 1st down. All right, ball's on the right hash, 27-yard line. Norwalk lines up. A little confusion by the receivers there, but they're getting it figured out. Deuce formation, 2 receivers wide each side. Running back right next to Marker's right-hand side. Receiver runs in motion right to left. Heavy pressure, and Marker goes down at the 25. He did fumble the ball, but the officials are calling him down. I don't know where we are getting all the pressure from. The DCG D-line seems to be just kind of manhandling right now a little bit. I hate to use that word, but that just seems what it is. Anytime Marker drops back, he's got somebody in his face, not making him feel very comfortable, I believe. Norwalk lines up on the right hash, 25-yard line. We got a 2nd and 11, 2nd and 12, somewhere in there. Marker rolls out to his left side. He lets it fly to a wide open. Oh, defensive guy closes at the last moment. Goodness sakes, number 12 was out there. Ethan Carlson had his guy beat by 2 yards. It looked like Marker might have hung the ball up there just a little bit too much, and that allowed the defensive back to close and break that pass up at the last moment. That would have been down to about the 30-yard line somewhere in there, but dang it. Marker's got to hang that ball out in front just a little bit more and let that receiver go make a play. But instead he let it hang in there, and the defensive guy got to make the play. All right, Norwalk 3rd and about 12 here. 3 receivers wide to the left, 1 to the right. Hard count by Marker, and he got him to jump. That's a great job by the quarterback. Great job by the whole offensive side of the ball right there to stay focused, stay true to what the count was, and got some 5 free yards there just for being disciplined. All right, it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 right now. Norwalk's 31-yard line. Marker back to pass, throws to his right-hand side. Defensive lineman got his hand on the ball. Ball was tipped at the line. Had some fans out there thinking maybe that should have been interference call, but the ball was tipped at the line. All right, Norwalk 4th down, 4th and long here. They line up in punt formation. There's the snap. Marker takes it, kicks the ball to the right side where the coverage is this time. Ball lands out of bounds, does not give Mr. Boley for DCG any chance of a return. Looks like the ball went out about the 33-yard line for DCG. So DCG will take the ball at the 33-yard line, give them a 1st and 10, be on Norwalk's right hash, or DCG's left hash, so closest to Norwalk's sidelines. See if defense can rise up here, get something take care of. Defensive line looking at their wristbands, talking to one another, getting things figured out, what it is they need to do. They're waiting on DCG to line up. They come from the sidelines, line right up on the ball. DCG has 2 receivers to the quarterback's right side, 1 to the left side, 2 backs in the backfield. Man in motion from left to right. Quarterback takes the ball. It's a handoff, end around there to number 85, Boley. Called his name before. Got a flag, comes in. Receiver didn't like what he saw there, so I'm assuming it's on the receiver. A bad block out there by Bryce Germain. Well, we'll see what the officials tell us happened there. That's approximately a 4-yard gain.
Inadvertent face mask. 32 defense. 5-yard penalty. 50%.
Inadvertent face mask by the defense. That's just a 5-yard penalty. I don't know if that's from the spot or if that's from the line of scrimmage. I want to say that's from the spot. Yep, that's what they're doing. So Okay, they called it on the defense. They marked it back for DCG. Now they've marked it correctly, so I don't know. They've confused me now. I'm not sure what's going on. So now we've got a first down, 1st and 1 for DCG on the Warriors 42-yard line. DCG lines up. A high snap. It's a pitch to the Warriors right-hand side. Man, right there, number 32, Ben Clark, like he read the playbook on that. He was right there. Nobody touched him. Dropped him back for about a 7-yard loss on that play. So that's going to give DCG, who was at a 1st and 1, that's going to take them now to a 2nd and 8. So a loss of 7 on the play there. Just an outstanding play by Ben Clark. DCG breaks the huddle. They line up. They have 3 receivers to the Warriors' left-hand side, 1 receivers to the right. Quarterback barking out the signals in shotgun. Running back behind him, high snap. It's a quick little pass out to the quarterback's right-hand side to Boley, who takes it to about midfield before a defender knocks him out of bounds. That's Jonathan Piercy, who laid the hit on him to knock him out of bounds. Calling this young man's name a lot tonight, Isaac Boley. He is a senior, 6 foot tall, 175 pounds. Gives DCG a 1st and 10 right at the Warriors 49-yard line. Another quick toss to Boley again, who takes the ball. He is on the left side and makes a couple Warriors miss for a 2-yard gain, 1-yard gain there. So brings up a 2nd and 1 for DCG on the Warriors 48-yard line. DCG checking their wristbands, see what their coaches expect out of them. They've got a bunch formation on the right-hand side, 3 of them tight, 1 spread wide to the left. It's a toss to the Warriors' left-hand side, number 53 out there to break that off and send it back into the line, back into the field. Great play by 53 to break that off from the outside and bringing it back inside. That's Jacob Klein in there, who was a senior. So great job being disciplined not to make the play, but he made the play just by turning that back to the inside, back to the field where all his buddies are, waiting to make the play. All right, that's going to bring up a 3rd and long now for DCG, 3rd and 9. They are on the Warriors' left hash. They line up, 2 receivers to the Warriors' right, 1 to the left. There, oh, high snap, clear back to the 35. Quarterback is back there to pick it up, lets the ball fly, just airs it out of bounds. So I would think there's a flag on that because there is no intentional grounding. DCG coach is fired up out on the field, almost to the numbers, yelling at the official. Another coach had to come and drag him off. Yes. That's an intentional grounding call on DCG, and that's a 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So that went from the Warriors' 48-yard line all the way back to DCG's 30-yard line is where the flag lays. That should take them back to about the 25-yard line. So, goodness sakes, I don't even know what the yardage is for this. It's going to bring up a 4th down and a long way to go. 4th down and 36. So I'm assuming the punt team is in the huddle right now for DCG. DCG coach is still pretty hot on the sidelines over there. Late player coming in for DCG, who, well, that was the punter. He's lined up now. Scott Anderson back deep for the Warriors at about the 38, 40-yard line. He's going back and forth there, ready to go. There's the snap. There is the punt. It's a high floating punt. Scott Anderson takes it at the 45. Jukes. Man, he's still at the 45. And that's where he's going to be down at the 45. Young man ran a lot of yards right there to stay where he was, but all it takes from him is one little hip shake and that young man is going to be gone. Just not that one. So that'll give Warriors 1st and 10 on their own 45-yard line right now, just shaded to their right hash, so closer to our sidelines than they are DCG sidelines. Warriors come on the field. I know that the offense already has the play. They're ready to go. They just come out, line up. Warriors have 2 receivers to markers right, 1 receiver to the left. Marker back, making the calls. There it is. He steps back, makes a little pass out to the left flat. Looks like number 9, Nick Marker out there. I believe that's Zach's brother. So good for around 9 yards there. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 1 for the Warriors. That's a great job by Coach Patterson there, realizing right now that Marker can't get back and set up for a throw. Now he's just going to quick throws, it looks like, and get that ball out of Marker's hands and into somebody else's to away from all that mess right there. So that is the end of the first quarter right now. DCG is up 7-0. Quite a good little football game here. I'm enjoying it. First game I'm getting to call this season. So if I'm a little rough, I do apologize. But as we all know, I probably won't get much better. So you're stuck with me. That's how it is. Shout out to anybody that's out there. Give us a tweet, if you will. Let us know where you're at. My tweet is JJTSS08. Or you can tweet something out with #BeAWarrior. Let's see where you're at. Let's see who you are. If you got something kind to say, let me hear it. And even if you got something kind of not kind, you know, I'm an adult. I can handle it. Tell me what I got to do to make things a little better for your listening pleasure. Right now we're doing the nice wave this evening. Just a minute, and I'll tell you what it's for. It's a great thing we've got going on. Caught me very ill prepared. So this is Norwalk Dance Marathon hopes to raise awareness for pediatric cancer patients at the University of Iowa Children's Hospital. So if you saw us waving there, that's what it was for. So great cause for the University of Iowa Children's Hospital. All right, start of the second quarter here. Norwalk Warriors have the ball, 2nd and 1. It's a handoff up the middle. He bounces it to his right-hand side. Positive yards, just keeps the feet churning. That's a great job. Number 21, Sam Eggers there, junior, 5'8", 165, making things happen. He drug about 3 DCG guys with him. That's going to give Warriors a first down, 1st and 10. Ball is on the DCG 40-yard line right at midfield. Warriors line up, empty backfield, 3 receivers wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. Marker back there, he takes the snap, drops back, and he's going to run the ball right up the middle. Everybody spread out. He takes a slide. He gets hit, but he slid, but nobody's going to throw anything there. It looks like they're going to, I don't know. That's official timeout to see if they're going to give him the first down or not. They're all confused down there. Oh, now they moved it finally. All right, that's going to give the Warriors a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Warriors line up. We've got 2 receivers wide to the left, 1 wide to the right, 2 backs in the backfield, 1 in front of Marker, 1 behind. It looks like the defensive guy jumped, it looked, and that made the offensive guy jump. So they're going to give us a false start on the offense. Still a first down, but that's going to move us 5 yards back to the 35-yard line. Offense looking over, see what the numbers are on the sidelines from Coach Patterson. Line up, same formation, 2 wide left, 1 wide right, 2 backs. Marker's moving the backs around a little bit. There's the snap. Looks like Marker's just going to take the ball for a gain of nothing. Maybe lost a yard on the play. DCG defensive line's looking pretty stout in there tonight, so offensive line's going to have to suck it up a little bit, lace up their cleats a little tighter, I think. Take care of their business. That's going to bring up a 2nd and about 16 now. Warriors line up in deuce formation, 2 receivers wide each side, 1 back right next to Marker's right-hand side. There's the snap, he drops back. Happy feet a little bit, in and out of the hands of Max Jurgens, a wide receiver, junior, 6'2", 175. Don't know if it had been a catchable or not. It looked to be right there, but he had to reach for it a little bit as well. So it's going to bring Warriors up to a 3rd and 16 now, as the offense is looking over to the sidelines for the play. What formation, what play? Warriors line up, 1 receiver to the right, 2 spread out to the left. Marker barking out the signals. There's a snap. It's a handoff to the left side. And he's got some room there. He's got some room down to about the 22-yard line. It's not going to be enough for a first down, but quite a pickup on 3rd and 16. We're going to say he got about 14 yards right there on that run. That was a great job. Sam Eggers once again carrying the rock for Norwalk. Norwalk lining up here. Offense still on the field, 4th and 2, 4th and a long 2 we're going to say, but Norwalk offense lines up, empty backfield, 3 wide to the right. Marker takes it, quick throw out there, number 12 to Ethan Carlson. That's enough for a Norwalk first down, keep the chains moving. That's the way we like that. Just Patterson has gone now to the quick hit passes, and it's really paying dividends for the Warriors offense. All right, Warriors line up. The ball's about the 16-yard line right now. They have 2 receivers to the left, 2 wide to the right, deuce formation. Running back behind Marker. There's the snap. Give the ball to the running back right up the middle, number 21 again, Sam Eggers. Looks like they're going to spot him about 2 yards on that. Looked like there was some motion on DCG D line there, but I don't see any yellow on the field. So again, we must have missed that one that I saw from up here. That's going to happen a lot. Warriors looking over to the sidelines to get the formation and the play. We've got 3 receivers spread out wide to the right, 1 receiver closest to our sidelines to the left. Marker takes a snap, sprints out to the right side. He's at the, he's going to turn clear around and go back to the left. It is nothing but wide open area right now. He's to the 5, cuts back inside, touchdown, Zach Marker. Ran clear to the right side on a sprint out, clear to the sidelines, nothing there. The young man plants his foot, comes all the way back across the field, and scores the Warrior touchdown there. Once again, the DCG coach on the other side is not very happy with the refs on the field. I'm not sure what he's complaining about, but it's irrelevant at the moment, as Norwalk scores a touchdown on a broken play off the athleticism of Zach Marker, who picked up a great block on the edge. I didn't catch the guy's number, but it wasn't just Zach Marker on his own. He caught a great block from a young man. Kick PAT is up, and it is good. That was by Mason Lucas. He puts even number 7 on the board for us. So great drive. That's a great job by Coach Patterson there, changing up the plays he was calling, realizing what was going on, going to the quick passes instead of the long drop backs from Mr. Marker, going to one-step drop back, firing the ball out in the flats, quick over the middle, those types of things, and put together a great drive, fired up, got the offense firing on all cylinders for us, and Warriors kind of just made it look easy on that. All capped off by a great athletic play by Zach Marker to once again sprint out all the way to his right-hand side to be stopped, tuck the ball, plant his foot, and run all the way back across the field and down the field and score a touchdown for the Warriors. Great job. All right, Warriors line up for the kickoff team. Mason Lucas sets the ball up at the 40 on the left hash. Takes his steps back, takes his steps to his left. Looks at his teammates. Waiting for an official to run all the way across the field. That took a long time. I think I might have been able to run across there faster than that. Anyway, he approaches the ball here, and here's the kickoff. And the ball goes deep. DCG takes it in the end zone. That is going to be a touchback. Great job by Mason Lucas there on that, putting that ball in the end zone, so there is no return. All right, DCG's got the ball at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. See what we've got going here. They line up 2 receivers wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. Man in motion from right to left. Quarterback low snap, hands the ball off to the running back, right up to the middle to the left side, and he's broke free. He's loose midfield, 45-40, knocked out of bounds finally at about the 42-yard line of the Warriors. Boy, just when you think you got them pinned, they break out for about a 40-yard run right there. Frederick pushed him out of bounds. I believe that was Zachary Brand on the carry there for DCG. just right up the middle to the left side, made a couple of cuts, bounced it clear to the sidelines, and now they are 1st and 10 at Norwalk's 40-yard line. They line up, 3 receivers to the Warriors' left, 1 to the right. Quarterback hands the ball off again right up the middle, and this is for no gain, maybe a yard. Brand again, the ball carrier on that. That was a tough yard. Didn't look near as easy as it did on the last carry, as Gearhart was there to meet him at the line. All right, DCG breaks the huddle here. They've got 2 receivers to the Warriors' right-hand side, 1 all the way out to the left-hand side. Quarterback barking out the signals, got a running back, creeps up. There's a snap, goes to the running back, and he is met hard right there. Number 32, Ben Clark, just as soon as the quarterback handed off the ball to Brand, he was right there to meet him and lay a lick on him. Knocked him back about 3 yards. It's going to bring a 3rd and 13 right now. So just a fantastic, I don't know if that was a stunt called by Scallon and Livingston, our defensive masterminds, or if that was just a great play by a young man put in a great position. So either way, works dividends for the Warriors. DCG lines up, 3 receivers to the Warriors' left-hand side, and there's a timeout by Coach Patterson. He didn't like something there. Something was screwy with the Warriors' defensive backs. They were a little confused, it looked like. They had 3 receivers in a bunch clear on their left-hand side, and there was a bit of confusion there. And Coach Patterson decided to call a timeout before anything bad may have happened there. So that's a great job by the coaching staff, led by Coach Patterson. So we got a little timeout happening here, a little action. Just want to say what a beautiful night it is once again here at Minart Field. Just fantastic. I'm trying to talk over Baby Shark right now, because if I don't, I'm going to have that stuck in my head the rest of the night, and you might even hear me humming it or singing it, and none of us want that. Hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast. So I want to remind you out there that Norwalk's next game is homecoming, and that's on Friday, September 27th. We also invite you to attend the Community Pep Rally, which will be held on Thursday, September 26th, beginning at 7 p.m. with the induction of the 2019 Norwalk Hall of Fame class, as well as the crowning of this year's homecoming king and queen. So you can't miss that if you're a Warriors fan, that's for sure. So, all right, DCG breaks the huddle. They line up, 3 to the right-hand side. That's to the left side of Warriors defense. Quarterback takes the snap. He's dropped back. It's a quick, just a short pass over the middle. I don't want to say too short of a first down, but that's going to gain him about 12, 13 yards there on a 3rd down and 13 or so. But that's going to bring up a 4th down and 1. The ball is on the Warriors' left hash, so closest to the Warriors' sidelines. It's kind of in no man's land here. I doubt they have a kicker that can kick a 47-yard field goal here, 46, somewhere in there. 4th and 1, so not a bad place to turn the ball over if you don't convert here. But the Warrior defense has to stand tall. So DCG breaks the huddle, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, man in motion. It's a handoff up the middle to Brand, and defense is there to stuff him. The whole defensive line converged on that. Somebody woke those young men up. Number 62, Ethan Stockwell, leading the charge right there, laid a stick on that young man, and Warriors will take over right there at the 31-yard line, 32, excuse me. There was nothing happening there on a 4th and short for DCG. Defensive rose up and made a good stand right there. That was pretty exciting to see the whole defensive line converge on that, along with a couple of backers jumping in there. So Warriors take the field on offense here now. The 1st and 10, 3 receivers to the right-hand side, 1 to the left. Marker takes the snap, gives it off to a running back who's bouncing it to the right-hand side. Looks like he picks up about 5 yards or so. That is Dante Manuel, who's running back, a senior, 6'2", 195. I think that's the first time I've called his name tonight, so great to get him some action, get him in there, get his wheels running. He remains in the game. Warriors line up, 3 receivers wide to the left-hand side, 1 out to the right side. Marker looks like he might be changing it up. He's calling some different things. He takes a snap, quick hit out to the receiver out there, number 17. That's going to be Brett Dawson. That was just a quick little toss out there, and good for a couple yards. That's going to bring up a third and medium here. Looks about it to be a 3rd and 4, long 4, short 5, however you want to look at that, I guess. 3rd down, ball's at the 38-yard line, approximately midfield. Warriors come out in deuce formation, 2 receivers wide each side. Dante back there with Marker in the backfield, and there's just a toss to Marker's right-hand side. It looks like he's going to be short by a yard. So that's going to bring up a 4th down and 1. Warriors couldn't convert on that. Looks like they're sending the punt team out. No sense being silly here on your own side of the field. I did that a couple times in my coaching career, and you just get all jacked up and think you can do it. And when the best thing you can do is just punt the ball, live to play another down. So punt team is on the field right now. Looks like we're missing somebody. Not quite sure what's happening here. Oh, Patterson calls a timeout. Coach Schmidt's very unhappy with somebody there on the sidelines. Looks like they were missing somebody on the field that should have been. Coach Schmitz is special teams coach for Norwalk. He's great young man. He also was the top money winner at Norwalk's Music Fest in the dunk tank. Everybody wanted to dunk Coach Schmitz, and everybody took a chance on that. I think Coach Schmitz raised $285 for Music Fest just by being himself and allowing people to try their best to dunk him in the dunk tank. So that was a great job, a little highlight there for Coach Brandon Schmitz tonight. He walks off the field after getting everybody realigned and on their what it is they need to do, what he expects of them. Norwalk punt team lines up. They've got a special kind of punt formation. It's not what you normally see. Three protection guys line clear out to the right, one man in motion who does go from left to right. So as I said earlier, when the punt protection is on the right-hand side, that's kind of a design deal. And there's the punt by Marker. Beautiful punt, high spiral punt. Young man takes it about the 22-yard line, makes 2 Warriors miss, and he's still going down the left-hand sidelines. Goodness sakes, about midfield, he runs that ball back again. That was Isaac Boley for DCG, who's making some great things happen on the punt return on special teams for DCG. We had our protection right there. They've got to break down and make a play instead of going for that ESPN highlight hit. They've just got to break down, keep the man in front of him, keep your eyes up, and make a stick. But they decided that they were going to go for the top 10 ESPN highlight and kind of blew it. But all right, DCG's got the ball at their own 46-yard line. 2 receivers wide to the Warriors' right-hand side, 1 wide to the left side. Man in motion. Quarterback play action up the middle. Looks like a quick screw. Great job. Has a little pass out in the flat here. Number 14 for the Warriors, Ethan Vederick right there. The DCG, the young man caught the ball and Vederick closed in and knocked that ball right out of his hands. So great job by Mr. Vederick. He is a senior this year, so hope we see good things the rest of this year for Mr. Vederick. Shout out to his mom, Jen, who I know. So just if you're listening out there, hey, hope you're having a good day. All right, DCG lines up, 2nd and 10. Low snap, quarterback bobbles it, and Warriors are right there, and they put a lick on that young man. Goodness sakes, he bent over, picked up the ball, and raised up, and there were 3 of them. Number 36 for the Warriors and 32, so number 36, Tyler Gearhart, and 32, Ben Clark, converge on him and light him up. Goodness sakes, that might have just killed me to take that hit. So back in a younger day, that had just fired me up a little bit, but I'm an old man now, so it doesn't work that way. DCG lines up. They've got about a 3rd and 15 right now. 3 spread wide to the Warriors' left-hand side, 1 to the right. Quarterback drops back to pass, and it's an incomplete pass behind. Yeah, it was a forward pass, but it was behind the line. But it is incomplete. That's going to bring up a 4th and long, 4th and 14, 4th and 15 for DCG. Tide seems to be turning a little bit here for DCG on their offense. And it's not a good turn right now. So I'm going to give the props to Scallon and Livingston and Campbell and Schmitz, the defensive coaches there for the Warriors. They seem to have found some things and made some adjustments here against the DCG offense that have kind of stifled some things. So there's the pump by DCG. Scotty Anderson back deep, lets the ball drop. It hits the ground about the 25, and it's still rolling down to about the 8 or 9 yard line. So I wish, and I always had this pet peeve back in the day when I coached, just run up under the ball, wave your arms, and fair catch that thing. You would have saved us 25 yards on that play. But you know, it's a lot different when you're on the field and you're staring at those young men running down the field at you. And it's a lot easier for me to sit up here and talk that than it is for anybody to be down there and doing it. But run up under the ball, wave your hand, fair catch it, and save your team 20 yards on the drive. But nonetheless, Warriors take the field. They've got a 1st and 10. Ball is about the 8 yard line on the Warriors' right hash. And Warriors line up, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Man in motion from left to right. He comes in close. Marker takes the snap, pitches it to the running back. It's a toss to the right-hand side, and there's not much happening there. They stop his forward progress. They drive. There's a flag on the play. Thank goodness. To recap that was a toss to the left-hand side. Number 21 on the play, Sam Eggers, took the toss. He was stopped at about the 4 yard line. And refs blew the ball dead, a forward progress right there. And DCG ended up shoving him out of the end zone. So shoved him about 14, 15 yards right there. So that cost DCG a personal foul penalty. That's going to move the Warriors all the way up to the 19 yard line. They're going to give them a 1st and 10 right there. So Warriors line up, 3 receivers wide to Marker's right-hand side, 1 to the left, running back to the left of Marker. Marker in the shotgun, running back right next to him. There's the snap. Marker takes 1 step back, surveys the field, bounces around. He bounces to his left, sets up, tosses the ball to, goodness sakes, number 9 right there, Nick Marker. I believe that's Zach's brother. Just running in the middle, nobody around him. He was about the 30 yard line. Ball bounced about twice and then out of his hands. So doggone it. Hate to see that for the young man. But that will come. That will come. He's a junior. So calling number 72 for the Warriors on something. I didn't catch what the call was. That's Garrett Westfold out there. He's a senior offensive lineman, 6'3", 260 pounds, making things happen for the Warriors. So Warriors lined up, deuce formation, 2 receivers wide each side. Receiver goes in motion from the left to the right. Marker sets up, fakes a pass, he keeps it, tucks it. He's up to the left-hand side, middle left-hand side, up to the 35, 37-yard line. Designed run. Send a man in motion, act like you're going to throw to him in the flat, and then he tucks the ball and runs the opposite way as they got the defense flowing one way. He tucks the ball and runs the other way. Very much a design play by Coach Patterson. And he caught the defense doing exactly what Patterson thought they were going to do, and that's follow the play and send it the other way. Warriors lined up, 3 receivers to the right-hand side. Marker, quick slant across the middle, across midfield, 45 to the 40, and he's 35 down to the 30-yard line. Just on a quick slant right there to number 13, Chase McKinney, wide receiver. He's a junior, 6'2", 175. Just a quick slant right there from, they were on the 38-yard line, and they are now clear down to the 33-yard line on just a quick little 3-step pass. All right, they're calling a block in the back on the Warriors during the run after the catch, so that's a spot foul from the end of the play. So that's going to bring the ball back to the 42-yard line of DCG. So it's still going to be a 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Got a timeout for DCG right now. So, boy, just a whole lot of things happening right there. Goodness sakes. Going to go back to that slant pattern right there. Just a 3-step slant pattern. Bam, the ball was on the money. If you can run a good slant pattern, if you can put the ball where it's supposed to be, it's hard to cover. And big yards right there. Even with the block in the back during the run, it was still a great play. Hate any of the mistakes, but just great job. We've got 2:49 left to go in the first half. Score is tied 7-7. Right now, Norwalk has the ball on DCG's 42-yard line, and they have a 1st and 10. So, not seeing anything out there on tweets. So again, I'm going to say at JJTSS08 or throw something out there with the hashtag Be a Warrior. Let me hear what you got to say. I'm interested. Norwalk lines up in a deuce formation on the 1st and 10. 2 receivers wide each side. Marker takes the snap. There it is. He drops back, dumps it out into the flat. Doggone it. The receiver was there, nobody around him. Marker had a little bit of heat on the ball. Maybe if he could have just let up on that a little bit, that would have allowed Sam Eggers to haul that in. But as it was, it hit him on his hand and bounced off, and incomplete pass. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 from the same spot, 42-yard line of DCG. Warriors line up. They've got 3 receivers wide to Marker's right-hand side, one here close to the sidelines on his left, barking out the signals. There's the snap. Marker takes it, and he's surveying the field. Oh, he's making, goodness sakes, he just got nowhere to go with that ball. He needs to tuck it, needs to tuck that ball. There's a loss of about 8 right there. There's just not a whole lot of things happening. I don't know if it's O-line and the D-line pressure. I don't know if it's great coverage back there by the DBs for DCG or what's happening. But just not a lot of luck going on right there with that, with the long passing game. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 17 for Norwalk. Deuce formation, receiver in motion from left to right. There's the snap. Marker lines up, pump fakes, and he lets it fly down. And it is incomplete. Had the receiver turned around, had him all turned around. Chase McKinney down there. Ball falls incomplete, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and 17 yards on DCG's 42-yard line. I'm pretty for sure we don't have a field goal kicker to be able to hit that. So I see the punt team out on the field. Will Coach Smits try anything funny here, or are they just going to punt the ball and pin DCG for the last 2 minutes of the half here? Anyway, Marker backed up about 6 yards deep. There's the snap. There's the punt. And it is a short punt. Goodness sakes, out of bounds. I don't know what they got on that. So not a lot, I will tell you that. So, goodness sakes. That's a punt of about 8 yards is where they're going to mark it. So, it's going to give DCG a 1st and 10 on the 37-yard line. All in all, not bad. So, they've got a long way to go. Minute 51 left to go. DCG comes out off from the sidelines. They line up. They've got 4 receivers to the right-hand side, 3 in a bunch and 1 way out. It's a toss to the DCG's right-hand side. Norwalk Warriors right there to take a stop to that. He might even have lost a yard on that play. So, and we've got a young man hurt right now down there on the field. Looks like Mr. Brand, the running back for DCG. He's got a bad ankle maybe or something, it looks like. Bad knee maybe. Official timeout. They're going to bring the trainer out from DCG and take a look at him. So as difficult there to, the running back was running to his right-hand side and tried to plant to cut out field and was just met by a host of Warriors and body kind of crumpled up there. He's sure favoring his right. Looks like the trainer's looking at his right ankle, now moving up to his knee. So don't know what we've got going on. So official timeout on the field. Peter Sands, Norwalk Warrior trainer, goes out there to assist. All right, let me check here. Let me check my tweets. I don't think I've seen anything yet. Hey, if nothing else, just let me know, where are you listening at? Where are you listening at? Again, that's at JJTSS08, or just throw something out there with hashtag Be a Warrior and we'll find it. All right, they're taking Mr. Brand off the field. He seems to be walking pretty good on that right leg. Just a little bit of discomfort there. He's got a couple people. right, we're lining up here. We've got 2nd and 10 to go for DCG with 1:32 left to go in the half. They line up, 2 receivers wide to the Warriors' right-hand side. Man in motion from right to left. And they hand the ball off on the old end around play. Looks like number 13 for DCG, Caden Grimes, who's a receiver, junior, 5'8", 140 pounds. He looked pretty quick screaming out there around the Warriors' right-hand side. Got him a gain of 5, so that's going to bring DCG to a 3rd down and 5 on the Warriors on the DCG 42-yard line. All right, DCG lines up. There's the snap. Quarterback drops back to pass, dumps it over the middle, and they're going to give him 1st down on that play. So just barely over the sticks. Well, on the field they're marking him back a yard farther back. On the sidelines they gave him an extra yard. I am not sure who to look at here. So yard difference on where they spotted the ball to where the sideline refs told the sticks to set up. So quarterback lines up, he takes the snap, he scrambles to his left-hand side, and he is stuck. There's no better word right there to say than he is stuck by Ben Clark. Helmet right in the chest, wrapped up, and drove backwards into the turf. That was a great play. I like seeing that right there. Good hit. Okay, that's going to bring up a 2nd and 12, 2nd and 13 for Norwalk. I'm sorry, for DCG. Ball is on the 45-yard line, and there we are. They let the clock tick down. It is now halftime. Score is tied 7-7. Well, all in all, a pretty exciting half of football. Goodness sakes, ebbs and flows, highs and lows, all that good stuff. I believe we witnessed DCG come out and I don't want to say catching the Warriors sleeping or anything like that, but they seem to have a bit of the upper hand defensively against the Norwalk offense and against the Norwalk defense, excuse me. And had a couple big plays, a couple things they got on the scoreboard first. But then as the half went on, you could very much so see the tide change a little bit for the Warriors, especially defensively for the Warriors. Stan made a couple good, had a good 4th down stand here deep in their territory at around the 30, if I remember, and took the ball over on downs. Couple good sacks here, but then Norwalk offense as well, making kind of changing on the fly, and going to the quick patterns, the slants, the quick outs, those kinds of things to get the ball out of markers' hands quicker, and allow those other athletes to be productive on the field like that. That's just a great job by Coach Patterson making that call on the fly, if you will, and making that change in the offensive scheme of things and making things happen. So we're going to get off of here. I'm going to take a drink of ice cold Mountain Dew here and wet my whistle a little bit and watch the marching band, and we'll be back for the 2nd half shortly.
I will only ever say that to you. She's in the crowd. She's here. I know.
Drum majors, Eva Newland, Riley Jermeyer, and Molly Cook. Is the band ready? Warrior Marching Band, you may take the field in exhibition. The Norwalk Warrior Marching Band is directed by Nick Menke and Adam Hoffman. Color guard is directed by Libby Pulver and percussion by Logan Muscle. The next opportunity to see the Warrior Marching Band will be right here in 3 weeks at our next home game. How about another round of applause for the Norwalk Warrior Marching Band?
Okay, Christy, we're taking off. Don't miss me.
No, don't leave me.
Oh, now you're acting like you're gonna miss me. You haven't even been nice to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2019 and 20 Norwalk Dance Team.
fans, back with you. We got about 40 seconds to second half kickoff here. So excellent, excellent. God, what a beautiful evening this evening. Every night's a good night for football, but when it's 71 degrees like this, and we've got just a nice little breeze, barely a breeze out of the north. Just a beautiful evening here at Minart Field, Warrior Stadium. All right, I've got no tweets yet. I'm disappointed in you all out there. So I've given you the okay to give me feedback, to tell me what you think, and I've got nothing from anybody. So again, that's at JJTSS08 or anything out there with hashtag #BeAWarrior. Let me know what you think. Bring it on. I can take it. Maybe you might even like it. Who knows? All right, DCG lined up to kick off. Warriors back deep. Scott Anderson back deep. We've got a new kicker. Haven't seen this young man. Pretty decent kick down to about the 12-yard line. Scott Anderson takes it, running to the right-hand side. He stops him with a quick cut up to about the 30. And that's where he's going to end up. That's where Norwalk offense will take the field. Be a 1st and 10 for the Warriors at the 31-yard line, right-hand side. See what the coaching staff for the Warriors take care of in the halftime room. See what Ranthan and Patterson come up with as far as the offensive side of the ball. Scallon and Livingston, Campbell and Schmitz for the defensive side. Warriors line up. They've got 3 receivers to the left-hand side of Marker. They send a receiver right to left, and it's a fake handoff to the left-hand side. Marker keeps it, runs around the right-hand side. Gain of 10, 12 maybe. So that's a great play. Get the defense flowing one way, pull the ball and run the opposite. So catch him cheating a little bit. That's going to move the sticks right away. Give Warriors another 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line on the right hash. Warriors looking over the sideline to get the formation and the play call from the staff. Warriors line up. They have 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Running back right next to Mr. Marker on the right-hand side. It's a handoff to the left-hand side, and flag on the play. Looked to be about a gain of 5 on the play, but I'll bet that's a holding where it's lined up, where they threw that flag. And that's what it is, holding. Holding on one of the offensive linemen. It's going to move the ball back to the 31-yard line, 10-yard penalty. 2nd and 21 for the Warriors. They line up, deuce formation, 2 receivers wide to each side. Running back right next to Marker's left-hand side. There's the snap. Quick drop back for Marker, lines up, throws the ball across the middle, aimed for Scott Anderson. Ball was just a little outside there and in the dirt. Incomplete. That's going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Warriors to start their first possession here of the second half. Looks like they're going to go empty backfield here. 3 receivers to Marker's right-hand side, 2 receivers spread out to the left-hand side. So it's 2nd and 21. Marker drops back, keeps the ball, runs up for a loss of about 1 on the play. So again, I'm not sure where if it's the D-line pressure or if it's just great coverage by the DBs for DCG. Marker just cannot get any time to set up back there and survey the field. All right, now it's 3rd and 21. Ball is on the 31-yard line. 3 receivers spread out wide to Marker's right side. Send a man in motion from right to left. Marker takes the snap, drops back, looking to his left, scrambles around a little bit. Flag on the play. Marker still scrambling, trying to make something happen. Incomplete pass. That was directed to number 9, Nick Marker.
75 offense. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
Another holding call against one of the offensive linemen. So kind of a helter-skelter way of starting the second half for the Warriors. Just not a lot of stuff happening. Good, anyway, for them. Norwalk lines up in the punt formation. And there's the quick snap, quick kick. Headed off to the right side, right to our coverage people. Ball does bounce out of bounds at approximately the 33-yard line of DCG. Nice little change of field position there. Would have liked it deeper, but give no opportunity for a run back, which is exactly what that is designed to do. All right, well, let's just hope that was just kind of shaking off the halftime blues there for the Warriors. Not a good way to come out offensively and get anything going. Not much of a chance to get anything going. Couple of penalties stifled the drive. Big sack back there happened, so just not a lot of stuff going good offensively on that first possession. Let's see if defense can get a spark here about something. DCG, there's a snap, handoff right up the middle. Defense is there for a gain of about 2. That was a tough 2 yards, that's for sure. I couldn't see who the ball carrier was. I don't know if they've got Brand back there or not after that first half injury to his right ankle or knee, whichever it was. All right, so yeah, that is not Brand in the backfield. That's number 24. That's Luke Busby, who's a junior, 5'11", 155 pounds. Lines up there next to Ty Walker, the quarterback for DCG. There's the snap. Walker drops back to pass. There's a flag on the play. He drops it, keep going up the middle, and he's going for a long ways, all the way to the Norwalk 40-yard line. But we'll see what the flag is, laying back on the 26-yard line. And it preliminary call is against DCG. So that looks to be illegal motion, and that's going to bring DCG. Yep. All right, illegal motion. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty from the original line of scrimmage. So that's going to negate about a 25-yard pickup there by the quarterback, Ty Walker, for DCG. And they are looking at a 2nd and 13 right now. Ball's on the 29-yard line. So they come out in deuce formation, 2 receivers wide each side. Ty Walker sends the running back up next to him. Pass protection. Ty Walker drops, keeps the ball, runs up the middle, and is met there. And short pickup, number 47, Gavin King puts the stick on him. So looks like they're going to give him about 8 yards there on the keep. I think that was a designed play. I'm not sold that he's just scrambling back there. He took a step back and then tucked the ball right away and ran up the middle. So I'm pretty sure that's a designed play. Anyway, 3rd and long here, 3rd and 7. DCG lines up, 2 receivers wide to the right, man in motion from the left. They give him the ball as he's in motion and not fooling anything, not getting outside on Norwalk on that one. Gain of about 1 yard on the play. That ball carrier is number 85, Isaac Boley. I've called his name a lot tonight. He's just kind of the workhorse back there. He's listed as a wide receiver, but he's doing a lot of motion, a lot of running on end arounds, things like that. So he's, I'll bet he's going to be a little tired and sore in the morning when Saturday morning rolls around. All right, that brings DCG to a 4th and 6 right now. They're in a pump formation. There's the snap. Hunter takes the ball, kicks. Good kick, nice high kick. There's a fair catch right there by Scott Anderson. Wow, I think he must have heard me up here from the booth from the first half. He stood right there in the midst of everybody running at him, stuck his arm up in the air, made a wave, and caught the ball, and saved Warriors a lot of yardage on letting that ball hit the ground. That'll give Warriors field position at their own 29-yard line. That'll give them a 1st and 10. Let's see if they can't shake the cobwebs out here and get a little something going for us. So it looks like we got Dante Manuel in the backfield behind Marker, who has 3 receivers to the right side. And it's a handoff to Dante Manuel, who bounces it around the right side, catches the corner, and looks like he picks up the first down. They're gonna move the chains on the first play. That's an 11-yard pickup. That's gonna give the Warriors a 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. A great way to get a drive started right there. Get a nice 11-yard run around the right-hand side and break that defense down a little bit. If you can keep that defense running side to side, that's just gonna open some things up for you. Marker lines up the offense. We have 3 receivers to the left-hand side. There's the snap. It's a mix up in the backfield. It looks like Dante Manuel went the wrong way. Marker takes the ball. He drops. He runs to his left-hand side. Gain of about 12 yards on a broken play right there. That's just letting young men be athletes right there. So great job. That was a mistake. We recovered. Another 1st and 10 for that. Another first down, moving the chains. Gain of around 12 yards there by Marker, making something out of absolutely not the play that was called. Warriors line up, line of scrimmage, deuce formation, 2 receivers wide each side. Dante Manuel is the running back on Marker's right-hand side. Marker checks the play clock, realizes he's got plenty of time. He's barking out the signals. There's the snap. He drops back, and it's a quarterback keep right up the middle. He took a step back and just tucked the ball and ran up, gain of about 4 or 5 yards. So I'm pretty sure that was a designed play call there. Little quarterback ISO, if you will. Quarterback keep, whatever you want to call it. I did not see the running back block, so I won't say it was an ISO. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 6 yards to go. Marker lines up the offense. 3 receivers wide to the right, 1 to the left. There's the snap. It's a handoff to Dante Manuel up the middle right-hand side, and he scampers for about, looks to be 9 yards, 10 yards right there. Moving the sticks again for the Norwalk Warriors. That's going to give them a 1st down on the DCG 36-yard line. So right now the Warriors are just making things happen on the ground game. Whether it's a busted play or called play, they're just keeping it on the ground and just kind of running it right down the throats of the DCG Mustangs. Gotta love that. Anytime you can establish a run game, that opens up everything else for you on offense. Warriors line up, 3 receivers wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. Marker calling the signals, moving Dante in the backfield around. There he is. Marker sets up a quick little pitch out to the left side, and that's good. Out there to number 17, Brett Dawson, who's a senior, 6'3", 175. Catches the ball right there. Great for about a 6-7 yard pickup. Just keep moving that down marker over there. And going to bring up a 2nd and 3rd, 2nd and 4, somewhere in there. And scoreboard's telling me 2nd and 2, but the sticks are showing me 2nd and a long 3. So not sure which way to go. Anyway, Marker takes a snap, scampers out to his right side. He lets the ball go, and it is out of the hands of the defender, into the hands of the receiver. Touchdown, Norwalk Warriors. Number 13, Chase McKinney, waiting right there. Looked like for sure the ball was going to be picked off by DCG. The defender could not hang on to it, flopped it up in the air, and there Chase McKinney was to receive that. Scampered about 3 yards into the end zone for a touchdown. You know what? That's a great deal right there. Just an athlete being involved in the play, paying attention to what's going on. And although the play was everything, the play was broken up, probably intercepted, but yet out of a mishap, Chase McKinney is right there to snatch that ball out of the air and score a touchdown for the Warriors. Here's the kick by Mason Lucas. It is up and it is good. That's going to move the Warriors up to 14, DCG 7, with just over 5 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter here. That was how an offensive drive should look right there. Goodness sakes, did nothing but pound the ball into DCG's defense on the ground, kept it on the ground, pounded it at them, and then we go for a pass play. The defender was there to defend that play, had it in his hands, but through the Warriors' athleticism, there they were to snag that ball out of the air and keep focus on the things he needed to keep focus on and score a touchdown. So that's a great job by Norwalk offense right there, coming alive in the 2nd half now. Let's see if we can keep that trend rolling. And Mason Lucas right now sets the ball up, gets ready to go. We'll get the Warrior defense on the field, and see if they can keep that going for the Warriors here tonight. I've still guys, I've got nothing on my tweets here. Very disappointed. Very. Maybe nobody's listening. I don't know. Again, at JJTSS08 or throw something out there with hashtag Be a Warrior. Let me know you're out there. DCG takes the kickoff on about the 3-yard line, running up to the right-hand side to about the 26-yard line, and he's run out of bounds right there by number 15, and that's Caden Schmidt, who's a DB, and he's a junior, so going to get to see him yet for another year. So that's going to give DCG a 1st and 10 right now on about the 28-yard line. Warriors defense lined up. They're yakking at one another. Looks like they're getting ready to go. So just checking my Twitter here, and I've still got nothing. I'm just, man, I don't know what to think. I'm disappointed. All right, DCG lines up. They're in deuce formation. 2 receivers wide each side. Quarterback back there takes the snap. Fake handoff up the middle, keeps it around the right-hand side. Number 14 there, just at Ethan Vederick right there, kind of a, I want to say a shoestring tackle, but it wasn't a solid hit either, but good enough to bring down the quarterback, Mr. Ty Walker at DCG. DCG kind of going quick here. They're already back to the line. That's 2nd and 4 now, 2nd and 3. They're already back to the line again in deuce formation. Running back right next to the quarterback. He takes a simple step drop, fires it to the receiver. Looks like he was on a stop route. Low ball, but the receiver did catch it. However, he was down immediately, gain of about 5. So that's going to give DCG a 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. All right, they're back in the huddle now. So Warriors ready to go, looking at their wristbands, figuring out what it is Scallon and Livingston want them to do. DCG lines up in a deuce formation again. Hard count by the quarterback. Nobody moves on the Warrior side. There's a handoff up the middle, and for absolutely nothing. 4 Warriors right there to greet him, led by number 62, Ethan Stockwell on that. And I don't know who all else was in there, but that was just a horde of Warriors. I'll say Gavin King, he gets up off the pile. Loss of 2 on that play. That's going to bring up 2nd and 12 for the Mustangs here on their 37, 38-yard line. Deuce formation again. Ty Walker barking out the calls. There's a snap, low snap, hits the ground. It's a quick little out route by number 85, which is Isaac Boley. And he takes that good for about a 7-8 yard gain there. Just a quick little out route. 1-step drop from Ty Walker and fires the ball to the open receiver, Isaac Boley. Quick little deal right there, taking a page, if you will, out of the Warriors playbook. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2 for the Mustangs. Ball is at the 48-yard line on DCG's side of the field. They line up, deuce formation. Ty Walker makes a call. They've got an offensive lineman that moved right there. There's the yellow flags on the field. That's going to take them back. So this one, DCG seems to get rolling a little bit. They kind of self-inflict a little bit of pain on themselves and cost them 5 yards. That's going to bring up now a 3rd and 7. A little bit of "We Will Rock You" in the stands right now. The stands are just rumbling. Norwalk fans are doing a great job. Student section looks like they're having a blast down there. All right, DCG lines up. They've got 3 receivers, 3 wideouts to Norwalk's left side out there. Ty Walker barking out the calls. Nobody's moving for anything. Drops back, fires the ball over the middle. It is caught across the middle by number 33 right there. And that is Cody Hall, tight end, who's a senior, 6'2", 195, and does get the chains moved there. Quite the little pickup for DCG, and just looked like a little drag route across the middle. Ty Walker standing there in the pocket and fires the ball. They're in a tight formation right now. It's deuce, but it's tight. Get those receivers in tight, and it's a little, I don't want to say the Warriors look confused there, but that not something they had seen all game right there. So they adjusted quickly. Pass was incomplete. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for DCG. Number 8 in the game for DCG, Owen Curtis running plays back and forth, it looks like. Still do not see Brand in the backfield. That is number 24, Luke Busby right now. Ty Walker back, calling out the signals. There he goes, couple step drops, a little swing pass out to the running back, out into the Warriors right flat. And right there, ready for a quick stop. Number 3, Scott Anderson for the Warriors. That was a gain for DCG, but in the sticks line of thinking, that brings up a 3rd and long, a 3rd and 8. So that was a nice little play by DCG. Unfortunately, where they were for yardage, that it doesn't add up to much as far as getting the sticks to move. So right now, 3rd and 8, they've got a bunch formation on the Warriors' left-hand side. And Ty Walker scrambling, and then he is brought down right there by number 54 for the Warriors, and that is Carter Bunch, linebacker. He's a junior, 5'11", and 205. And he's pretty jacked up over there. That was a great play by that young man. They takes him back about 10 yards on that play. So great job to 11 yards loss on that play. So that brings up a 4th and 14 right now, and they were at a 3rd and 2. So loss of 12 yards on the play. That was great job seeing that young man, Mr. Carter Bunch, fired up. All right, here's the punt for DCG. I don't know if they sent a block after that or not, and Scott Anderson lets it bounce. He picks it up on the first bounce at about the 8-yard line, makes the first man miss, runs out of bounds at about the 24. And we've got flags everywhere on the field. I don't know if one guy saw the other guy throw it, so he thought he better throw his too, and then the next guy saw him throw that one, and he better throw it too. Goodness sakes, just flags coming in from all sides of the world. Oh, and they're still throwing them. There's absolutely nothing going on, and they're still throwing flags. Now big conference out at about the 25-yard line. See what's going on.
First and 10 Warriors.
All 5 of them right there in the conference, trying to figure out what's going on. Right now they've got the ball spotted at the 24-yard line of the Warriors. They've got the flags laying at the 30. They're still yakking with one another. I don't know, maybe they're trying to figure out where to go to eat afterwards at. I don't know. I might be a little facetious right now, so it's probably not what they're doing. They're still trying to figure it out. All right, here we go. Whitehat's coming up, hitting his little talk button, so.
During the return, holding on the kicking team. 10-yard penalty.
All right, a holding on the kicking team, so that's a 10-yard penalty. 5 yards, excuse me. So they move the ball up to the 34-yard line. Warriors take the ball 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line on the right hash. 3 receivers spread out wide to the left of marker, 2 to the right, man in motion, right to left. Looks like they were going to hand off to the guy in motion. Marker pulls the ball out of his gut, runs it up the middle. Gain of about 3 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 7. Needham from DCG on the tackle. Warriors line up again. 3 receivers wide to the left, 2 wide to the right, empty backfield. Man in motion from right to left. There it is. Marker sticks the ball in the receiver's gut, pulls it back out, runs it around the right-hand side, and he is still running. That's a gain of about 8 yards on the play, and that's going to move the sticks for the Warriors, keep the drive alive. That's going to give them a 1st down at the 46-yard line of Norwalk right now. Norwalk players looking over to the sidelines, finding out what the formation and what the play is. They've got 3 receivers on Marker's left-hand side, again 2 on the right-hand side. Empty backfield for Marker. No motion, quick step back, stop route. Number 2 catches the ball. That's Max Jurgens, and makes a couple guys miss. Just some hard running right there. Looks like he's going to gain about 4 yards on that. So.
5 yards.
Again, there's laundry on the field. Another conference. Initial reports are too many men on the field for DCG. Coach Patterson out on the numbers trying to get the call. Nobody seems to.
Illegal participation.
Illegal participation. That's exactly what it was. Defense had too many men on the field. 15-yard penalty. Boy, is that going to set DCG back on their heels now. Ball's going to be spotted about the 34-yard line of DCG. Warriors already have the formation ready to go. Moving some personnel around, getting the right receivers on the right side. So we've got 3 spread out to markers right, 2 to markers left. Empty backfield. Markers barking out the signals. There's a snap, takes a step back, runs it up the middle. Quarterback keep all the way. He looks like he's going to pick up about 6 on that. Going to bring up a 2nd and 4. Using the receivers just to spread the field like that, get the backers to commit to a receiver, and there's nobody there to cover marker on the quarterback keep. All right, we are 12 seconds to the end of the 3rd quarter. We're going to have a little jump around going here, which is a staple here at Minart Field, Warrior Stadium. All right, again, I would like to remind you of the next home game for Norwalk Warriors is going to be homecoming, which is Friday, September 27th. We also invite you to attend the Community Pep Rally, which will be held on Thursday, September 26th, beginning at 7 p.m. with the induction of the 2019 Norwalk Hall of Fame class, as well as the crowning of this year's homecoming king and queen. Don't miss that, Warrior fans. Again, next week, Warriors will be on the road as they travel to Pella to take on the Dutch. All right, start of the 4th quarter. That's going to be having the Warriors traveling south, so towards the scoreboard. Warriors have the ball on the 28-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 4. They're just now getting the chain gang moved down the field, so.
Start the 4th quarter. Warriors football.
We're still getting them lined up right now. Warriors have the ball. They are up 14-7 right now. Start of the 4th quarter, 2nd and 4. Ball on the 28. Deuce formation. There's the snap to marker. Little toss out into the right flat, a swing route by the running back who's got wide open. Takes on the defender right in the defender's face. Takes him on, runs it all the way down. They're going to mark him at the 10-yard line. Great job right there. Goodness sakes, that was Sam Eggers on the little swing route for marker. Caught the ball behind the line of scrimmage and scampers up the sidelines. When the defender comes up to take him, he just puts his face mask right in the defender's chest. And defender was slow to get up. I don't think he liked that very much, but that's Warrior football by a running back right there. All right, Warrior marker takes the snap, hands it off to Eggers again, and nothing going on there. That was right up the middle. Mustang defense stood tall there. Looks like we do have a DCG player down right now. Officials stopped the clock. So.
Official timeout.
Got a young man hurt on the field. He's on the Norwalk Warrior right hash, setting down at about the 7-yard line. Trainer's out to see what's going on with the young man. Just good hard-nosed Warrior football right there by Sam Eggers. I love seeing that out of a running back. Takes a little swing route right there, makes some things happen. And when the defender comes up to make the play, the running back makes the play instead of the defender. And the running back finishes his run, and that's how it should be done. I love that style of football. So gets me a little excited there, as I was running back coach for a few years for the Warriors. And that just gets me excited when I see a player take his role that serious. All right, they're still checking over the young man down on the ground. I don't know if he's got some cramps or they're checking out his right lower leg, moving his knee ever so gently. Not sure what they got. So Warriors on the sidelines right there at the 25-yard line with Coach Patterson in the middle of the huddle. And I'm sure he's getting them lined up and directed which way he wants things to go, and might have a little play up his sleeve here that they're going to pull out and just hopefully get this in here. I think right now DCG is the proverbial on the ropes, if you will. They're not totally given up yet, but just the flow of the game has definitely gone the Warriors' way. And I think just if they could stick it in the end zone right here, we're pretty much taking the will away from the DCG Mustangs at this point. Hopefully we don't give them any life, any mistakes, that kind of thing, a fumble, something like that, to give DCG any life. Because, like I say, right now I think they're on the ropes. They're about ready to be done. Their body language is talking loud right now. Let's see if Norwalk can just take care of their business, stick this ball in the end zone, and they'll go up here by 14. All right, Norwalk lines up. They've got a 2nd and 10 right now. They're on the 10-yard line. Deuce formation, man in motion from right to left. Gives marker 3 people on the right side. He throws a little fade route, and receiver gets twisted around there in the end zone, and just off the fingertips. So that was Ethan Carlson there in the end zone who had a shot at that ball. Hard to catch a ball when you're spinning around like that, however. So see if we get something else going on here for the offense. That brings up a 3rd and 10 now on the 10. So not a whole lot of chance for a first down. So like to see him score here, or at least get the ball to midfield to give the PAT kicker. Marker takes the snap. It's quarterback draw right up the middle, and he's right in the middle of the field. He dives forward. Oh, just short of the goal line. They're calling him down right at the 1, inside the 1-yard line. Valiant effort there by Zach Marker, and the field goal unit is coming on the field with Mason Lucas getting ready to put 3 points on the board for the Warriors. So valiant effort there by the Warrior offense. We got it about as close as you could without getting points on the board. However, we did get the ball off the hash and get it over towards the middle of the field to make it just a little bit easier on our field goal kicker, Mr. Mason Lucas. Mason takes a step, he lines up, looks at his holder, gives the nod of the head. There's the snap, the kick is up, and the kick is no good. He missed it. Wide to the right. Wide to the right. Well, now it's going to be up to the defense to take the wind out of anything that DCG might think they have going here. So let's get Scallon and Livingston and Campbell and Schmitz to dial some stuff up here. Get their young man to do the things that they've been taught and coached up to do all summer. See if we can't shut the Mustangs down and not give them any breath of life here. 10:20 to go in the 4th quarter here. Ball's going to be placed on the 20-yard line for DCG. They've got 80 yards to go for anything for them to happen. So let's see what the Warrior defense can do here. DCG comes onto the field. They line up. They have 2 receivers wide to Ty Walker's right, 1 to the left. Walker steps back. He's calling out the plays, man in motion from left to right, and he's going to air the ball out. Single receiver on the right-hand side, and it is brought down as they're calling it incomplete. Goodness sakes. Warrior came down with that football, and then it ended up on the ground, so no. Nope, they're calling it a complete pass to DCG, so it must have come out of the defender's hands and into DCG's hands. I don't know, that was all the way across the field. So, but they're giving the ball to DCG there. They're now on the Warriors' 46-yard line. So that was quite the play there, about 34 yards. Get them out, get DCG out of a hole and give them life, and doggone it, just hate to see that. There's no play clock running right now. Now they've set it. Not sure about the crew we have tonight, but they're getting things done. So I'm not saying that's how I do it, but the sideline coaches seem to be having a lot to say on the DCG side, and they seem to have the ears over there. So DCG lines up in a tight deuce formation. Quarterback drops back, fires the ball to his left. Young man out in the flat right there, gain of about 4 yards, 5 yards maybe. So that's Isaac Boley once again coming down with that pass. Again, I'm going to say I've called his name a lot tonight. He's been the workhorse for DCG on not only some run plays, but special teams and receiving. All right, Ty Walker breaks the huddle for DCG. He's got Luke Busby back there with him in the backfield. Again, a tight deuce formation. There's the count, there's the snap. Right over the middle again to Isaac Boley. And that's good for about 10 yards, 15 yards right there. Right over the middle. That's going to move the sticks for DCG and give them another first down at the Warriors' 28-yard line. Ball is on the Warriors' right hash as DCG is driving north towards the halftime room. DCG lines up. They've got 2 receivers to Walker's right side, 1 to his left. There's the snap. It's a low snap. He picks it up down his ankles. It's a little out route to Bosley again. And he was there. It just a little bit out of his reach. Incomplete. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. 13, Caden Grimes coming in with the play. Number 8 running in as well. That's Owen Curtis for DCG. Giving the play to Tyler Walker in the huddle. Walker breaks the huddle. Receivers running around, not sure which side to go on. Walker has deuce formation, 2 receivers wide each side. He's got his running back behind him. There's the snap. Walker drops back, tucks the ball, keeps it up the middle. And there he is. He's down to the 16-yard line of the Warriors. It looks like it is going to move the chains again. Down to the 17-yard line. I think I said 16. So that's going to give DCG a 1st and 10 on the 17-yard line of the Warriors. Cooper Evans in on the stop for the Warriors. All right, Ty Walker breaks the huddle, deuce formation as DCG lines up on the line of scrimmage. There's the cadence, there's the snap. Walker steps back, it's quarterback keep all the way. He's down the 10 to the 5, and he gets hammered at the 5. Just gets ear hold right there, but jumps up, and looks like he's got some life in him. He's ready to go right now. That's going to give DCG a 1st and goal at the Warrior 5-yard line. Ty Walker feeling it right now. He's a little jacked up. You can just tell by his body language. He's wanting more. So I would look for about the same thing here. We've got Luke Busby in the backfield. Line up in that tight deuce formation. There's the snap, a couple steps back, and he's going to keep it again. I called it, and he is down to the 2, maybe 1-yard line. Picks up 4 on a 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. They've got a short yard to go here. Plays coming in by number 15. That is Bryce Germier. Ty Walker lines him up. Tight deuce formation again. Busby in the backfield. There's the cadence. There's the snap. He steps back. Drops back, and he is stopped this time for a loss of about 2 on the play by the Warrior defense. I think they've about had enough of that, so they're tightening up the middle a little bit for Mr. Walker, not making it so easy for him. Got Ethan Stockwell running into the huddle for the defense. Play comes in from the sidelines by Mr. Owen Curtis from DCG. Ty Walker breaks the huddle as Mr. Busby again in the backfield. They've got a tight bunch formation on the right-hand side. There's the cadence, there's the snap. Looks like a false start, but there Bosley is in for the touchdown for DCG. And I see no flags on the ground, but DCG offense sure did move. One of the receivers sure moved before the snap. But again, the officials down on the field could not see that. right, DCG comes out after the touchdown. They're in the swinging gate. That swinging gate has not worked for years. I don't know why they line up like that, but you know, got to give them A for effort, I guess. And there's a snap, and here's the kick. Kick is up, and the kick is good. There's a new kicker out there. That's number 50, and that's Max Raitano, who's an offensive lineman, sophomore, 5'10", 240, out there kicking the crap out of the ball. So, young man, sophomore out there putting some points on the board for his team. You know he's excited. Looks like we got a flag on the field. We'll see what the call is on this one. Again, another 5-man conversation down there. Gonna go talk to the DCG coaches first, then come back and have another conference. And now White Hat walks over to the sidelines on this side to make the call.
Personal foul. Game 1 of the offense. The ability to be assessed on kickoff.
All right, dead ball foul on number 81 of the kicking team on that. So I'm not sure what he did, but that penalty is going to be assessed on the kickoff. So the kickoff would normally take place on the 40, and it looks like it's going to take place on the 25-yard line. Must have been a little extracurricular activity from the DCG young man. All right, Max Retino sets the ball on the tee, gets ready to kick. Again, I'm going to throw his name out there, Max Retino. He is a sophomore, 5'10", 240 pounds. Found himself tonight out on the field being the kicker. So he lines up to kick. Back deep is Scott Anderson at about the 20-yard line. There's the kick. It's a high short kick down to about the 33-yard line. Not sure who picked it up, but he's at midfield already at the 50. Two DCG guys stand him up and drive him back to about the 46. But great little run back there. That's actually Ethan Carlson, who was up closer and made the return for the Warriors. He was not the deep man, but he's in that second line of deep. And the ball came right to him. He had a great run back for us that gets the ball to right at the 50-yard line. Warriors will take over this drive at the 50-yard line. The 1st and 10, they come out in an open formation. Marker back, he's running to his right, he's scrambling, he tucks the ball, and he actually loses the ball. And boy, that ball takes a funny bounce, and Marker lands on top of it. So if it had not been for the bounce of the ball, Zach Marker would have not recovered it, but that's just how the football bounces sometimes. Ends up with a loss of 2 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 12 for the Warriors. It's just a case of when the ball bounces your way, that's how things are going to go. Warriors line up, empty backfield, man in motion from right to left. Marker pulls it out of the guy's gut, keeps it, goes around the right side, gain of about 4 yards. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8 for the Warriors on DCG's 48-yard line.
3rd down and 8. Berger on the tackle for the Mustangs.
Jamie Augustma on the tackle for DCG. He is a senior, 5'10", 195, D lineman. All right, Norwalk lines up. They have 3 wide to the left. Marker takes the snap, goes back, a little swing route, and looks like he's picked up a 1st down again. That's outstanding. Sam Eggers again on a swing route on the right-hand side. Keeps the chains moving, kind of digs Norwalk out of the hole there a little bit. As much of a hole as you can be on the opponent's side of the field, but it just kind of seemed that way. But Eggers takes the swing pass from Marker and runs up the field, moves the chains. Warriors have a new 1st and 10. Come out 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. A handoff to Eggers right up the middle. He pushes, gain of about 7 yards on the play. It's just a tough run by a Norwalk running back there.
On the carry.
Going to bring up a
Forrest on the tackle.
second down and
6-yard gain brings up
4, it looks like. 2nd and 4. Warriors line up. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Quarterback keep. Marker takes it to about the 29-yard line. Looks like he fumbles the ball. And I haven't got a call yet. DCG saying it's their ball. And okay, now the officials finally make the call and say he was down. Goodness sakes, could they take any long? Whew. DCG fans and coaching staff not okay with that call at all. However, Norwalk lines up, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right of Marker. He goes under center, snaps the ball. Quick snap up the middle. See if we can't just move the chains. It does not look like they're going to give that to him
Jack Marker on the
yet.
carry.
I'm not sure anybody knows right now. Nope. Oh, they did call first down. DCG coaches clear out almost to the numbers, yelling at the official. Not happy at all with that, but the chain gang moves and gives Warriors another 1st and 10. Patterson kind of speeding things up here. We got a deuce formation right now, tight. Marker takes it, gives the handoff to Eggers up the middle, and gets down to about the 25-yard line there. So a gain of about 3, maybe 2, long 2. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 8 for the Warriors.
Picks up 2.
Warrior players looking over at the sidelines, getting the formation, getting the play. Everybody's checking their wristbands, find out what it is they need to do on this play. Lining up again, Marker has 2 receivers to the left, 1 wide out to the right, 1 tight. There's the snap, Marker bobbles it, Eggers falls on it as he is met by a defensive. That looked helmet to the helmet right there. That looked pretty icky for Mr. Eggers. So he gets up, he's a little bit slow, and he's waving people off. So it's like, you stay out there, I got this. Dante was ready to run on the field for the Warriors, but Eggers letting him know, I got it. I didn't think you could target like that, but that was definitely a helmet to helmet there. All right, he lines them up, deuce formation, 2 receivers wide each side. Marker takes the snap, flips the ball in his hands, throws a quick slant, and it is incomplete. That was headed for Ethan Carlson, in and out of the hands of Mr. Carlson on a quick slant pass. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Warriors. 4th and long to go. They're kind of in no man's land. They can't kick a field goal here. That's too far out. Offense is on the field still, so it wouldn't be the worst thing to turn it over on downs here inside the 30. So even if you don't make a 1st down, at least try to get it under the 20, inside the 20. So not sure what we got going on here. All right, Coach Patterson calls a timeout now to kind of unrattle some of the heads, get some, bring everybody back to center a little bit, if you will. Offense meets on the numbers over there. Coach Patterson's got them in the huddle. DCG's on their numbers on the 30. All right, we got 2:34 left to go in the game. Warriors are facing right now a 4th and 11. And the score is tied 14-14. Kind of a tense little moment going on here. Goodness sakes, gotta love it. High school football on a Friday night like this, it just does not get any better. Love to be a part of this. I have still yet to see any tweets. So disappointed in that. Hit me at JJTSS08 or anything, #BeAWarrior. Let me hear what you got to say. Let me hear where you're listening from. I don't care if it's downtown Norwalk or if it's wherever it may be in the world. We had some overseas listeners last year. Let me hear where you're at. All right, 4th and 11, here we go. Warriors line up, 3 receivers to the left side. Marker drops back. Ball is batted down at the line of scrimmage by number 35. That is Brody Berger, defensive line. He's a junior, makes a great play right there for DCG. Fires him up, breathes life into that crew over there. So DCG takes over on downs. Now it's not like it's horrible. It's still inside the 30-yard line, but that's still kind of a short field to go. 71 yards here. They've got 2 minutes and 28 seconds. Score is tied 14-14. Let's see what the Warrior defense can do here to make something happen. Shout out to Miss Deanna Schultz. If you're listening out there, let me know. All right, DCG lines up in a tight deuce. Ty Walker takes a snap, short little out route. Great defensive play right there. It was in and out of the hands of Bosley again. That was a great defensive play by Scott Anderson, who made contact as soon as the ball hit the hands of Bosley there. Knocked it out of his hands, creating an incomplete pass. Isaac Boley, Boley, I think I called him Bosley. Mr. Boley tonight has just been the workhorse for DCG, just kind of the go-to guy. And boy, wherever he lines up, I hope we're paying attention to him hard. Ty Walker takes a snap, and he is sacked inside the 20. Great play. 36-32 on the stop for the Warriors. That's Tyler Gearhart and Ben Clark. I've called their names together a couple times tonight. They seem to be playing a little bit of lights out football right now. Boy, we sure needed that defensively. That was great job, great job. We are down, at the 21-yard line. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 18 for DCG. 3rd and 18. So they were at a 1st and 10 at the 29, and right now they are 3rd and 18 at the 21. Ty Walker lines up, takes the snap, he drops back. Little swing pass to his right-hand side. Many Warriors out there to take care of business, and they stop him for no gain. He might have lost a yard on that play. So trying to get, I don't want to say trying to get fancy, but they tried to run around the Warrior defense, and Warrior defense got out there, cut off that outside, contained that young man, drove him back to the inside, and plenty of Warriors on the inside to help clean that mess up. That's a great job. There was no gain on that. That brings up a 4th and 18. So great job by Warrior defense to stand up right there, stand tall, make a stop when we needed it. Minute 35 left to go in this game. All right, Miss Deanna, thanks for listening out there and letting me know. That is exciting. Miss Deanna Schultz, make sure you give her some love anytime you come into City Hall. Our mastermind behind Norwalk Music Fest has second year this year, had an even better turnout than last year. All right, DCG lines up formation, 4th and 18. Let's see if they've got any trickeration here, if they're just going to boot the ball. And they do. They kick it right down the field. The ball bounces once at about the 48, and it takes a Warrior bounce back to midfield. So Warriors are going to get the ball at midfield, exactly on the 50-yard line. They've got a minute 26 to work with. Let's see what Coach Patterson and the Norwalk offense can dial up and take care of business. Now, we don't need to get a touchdown here. Anything within field goal range is going to be a good thing, but we only have a minute 26 to do it in, so that's bringing a little hashtag tensible stuff going on here at Minard Field, beautiful downtown Norwalk. All right, Warrior offense takes the field. They line up. They already have the formation. They got the play. They line up. They're ready to go. 2 receivers wide to the right, 1 tight to the left, 1 wide to the left. And there's a flag on the play. I don't know if somebody moved. What happened? Not sure. We'll get a 5-man conference again or not. Nope. False start on the Warriors. That's going to move them back 5. Hate to see them stub their toe like that on the first play. However, no time ran off the clock, so I guess that's a good thing. All right, Warriors line up. 3 wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. Eggers in the backfield with marker. There's the snap. Looks like he's going to dip inside. He drops back, and he's going to get, oh no, he's going to get sacked back at the 35-yard line. Loss of 10 on the play. Loss of 10. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 25, 22, I don't know. A long ways. Started at the 50. We are now at the 37-yard line. That's not the way we want to move the ball. Clock is running down at 55 seconds, 54 seconds. You get the picture. Warriors line up, 3 wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. There's the snap. Marker takes the ball, he steps back, throws the ball across the middle, and oh my goodness sakes, in and out of the hands of the DCG defender. Who, he would still be running, I think, but in and out of the hands. That's number 7, Dawson Lego. He's a senior, 6'4", 175. You'd think at 6'4", Mr. Marker could have seen that, but receiver wasn't paying attention there, just running the route, and the ball zinged right over his head and in and out of the hands of the defender. 41 seconds to go, 3rd and 22 for the Warriors, 3 wide to the right. Marker keeps the ball, he's running around the right side. He's got a little bit of room up the middle. Holy moly, he's down to the 43-yard line of DCG. That's not a first down, that's for sure, but that gives us 4th and short now. So that's a manageable distance. I don't know what we're gonna do. Patterson's on the field right now at the numbers. He takes a timeout. Goodness sakes, exciting football. All right, Norwalk has 21 seconds, 21.1 seconds. With that run for Marker right there, what a great run. I don't know how many times he should have been tackled, but just kept fighting for yards, ended up 3 yards short of the first down on a 3rd and whatever it was, 20-something. Right now they have the ball on the DCG 43-yard line. We are well out of field goal range, so that is an impossibility on this. I don't know how many timeouts we have. Yep, showing no timeouts left. So, goodness sakes, we got to get the ball out of bounds if we get into field goal range. Got to get the ball out of bounds to stop the clock so we can get the field goal personnel on there. Special teams coach Schmidt should have them lined up and ready to go because the clock will stop on a first down. So lots of different ways this stuff can go here. Excuse me if I'm trying to get the mic out of my mouth if I'm coughing. I apologize if you're hearing it, but it is just allergy season. You know how it goes. Football Friday night. Here we go. Empty backfield on a 4th and 3. Marker takes the snap, lines up, incomplete pass across the middle. That was headed for Nick Marker, but it was a bullet. But he didn't have much choice on how to throw that football. So 4th and 3, incomplete pass. DCG takes the ball over on downs. So, goodness sakes, 16.6 seconds left to go in the football game. Score is tied 14-14. Norwalk defense on the field. Is DCG going to play it safe? Are they going to play for overtime? Are they going to try for one? They're going to try to go for the jugular here. Who knows what they're going to do? They come out, they line up in a deuce formation. 2 receivers wide each side of Ty Walker. Must be in the backfield. Ty Walker takes the snap, drops back, and he is sacked at the 39-yard line. He tried to make something happen. Clock is running, 8, 7, 6. I don't think they're going to try to stop the clock. Obviously, they're just going for OT, and we are out of regulation time. That is the end of the 4th quarter. Score is tied 14-14. Now, I do not know how high school football overtime works. I don't know if they've changed that since I've coached or not, but we'll all learn here shortly. Shout out to my main guy over here, TG, who's let me run this show. Get me a nice little bottle of ice cold, refreshing water. All right, as they do this, we're going to go through some things. Just again, another reminder, the next home game for Norwalk Warriors is going to be homecoming. That's going to be Friday, September 27th. We also invite you to attend the Community Pep Rally, which will be held on Thursday, September 26th, beginning at 7 p.m. with the induction of the 2019 Norwalk Hall of Fame class, as well as the crowning of this year's homecoming king and queen. Don't miss it, Warrior fans. Next week, the Warriors travel to Pella to take on the dreaded Dutch. Other things happening this week. Boys and girls cross-country teams will be in action tomorrow. That's Saturday, as they travel to Pella for the Dutch invite, and then on to Winterset on Tuesday. Volleyball will host Pella Christian on Tuesday for their first home match of the season. Ninth and JV starts at 5:30, and varsity will start at 7:15. Also, the Des Moines Lincoln swim team will have a pair of meets this coming week as they travel to Des Moines Hoover on Tuesday and host Carroll on Thursday. So if you have a young warrior out there competing in any of those things, hey, don't be afraid to tweet it out. Let everybody know what's going on at #BeAWarrior. I have still yet to get anything Twitter-wise, so I took a big leap out there, gave you my Twitter handle and all that stuff, and I have yet to receive one. So come on, show me some love, get me out there, let me know where you're at, let me know where you're listening from, and good, bad, or indifferent, let me know what's happening. Tell me I could stop saying so much, or, you know, who knows? We can all use a little constructive criticism. All right, score 14-14 in overtime. Ball is on the 10-yard line. I believe DCG gets the ball first. All right, so let's see how if the defense can get dialed up here a little bit. Now, if I was on a headset with the coaches right now, I'd be telling him, Ty Walker, keeping the ball up the middle. We've got to have a spy on that young man to take care of business. He has torn us up, keeping it with the quarterback keeps up the middle. So, all right, Ty Walker lines him up, 3 bunch to the right-hand side. He rolls out to his right-hand side, and we are there. And, oh, my goodness, the running back, 24 right there, Luke Busby, takes the pass from Ty Walker on the first play of overtime, and he is in for the score. First play, Ty Walker sprints out to the right-hand side, spies his running back, Mr. Luke Busby, about the 4-yard line. Busby takes the pass and dives into the end zone in the front corner of the end zone. So DCG scores first. They line up in the swinging gate for the PAT. Seeing if they can catch the Warriors not paying attention. But we know what you're doing, DCG. We've seen it. All right, and they break the huddle, run, and line up to the regular PAT formation. Max Hurtado lines up the kick. He boots it, and it is good. DCG takes the lead, 21-14 in the overtime. Okay. Now it'll be Norwalk's turn. Let's see what Norwalk offense can get done for us. So DCG sets the tone with that, so the Warriors have to score a touchdown here. They can do nothing else. They've got 4 downs here to score a touchdown. We have to get those points on the board. So DCG again has set the tone, set the bar for us. Let's see what Norwalk offense can do. Marker takes the team out. We've got 2 wide to the left. It's a fade into the right, into the end zone. And there's a penalty flag, and he catches the ball. It's a touchdown, Warriors. Goodness sakes, love it. The defender was all over the young man in the end zone, but the young man comes down with the ball anyway. First play from scrimmage, touchdown, Norwalk Warriors. That's Ethan Carlson back there in the end zone fighting through adversity to bring that ball in. And he takes care of his business, and he kindly walks the ball over to the PAT line and sets it down emphatically. Love it. Goodness sakes. Take that. Simple little fade route right into the back corner of the end zone. Defender all over him. He comes down with the football. Okay, now the flag on the play, overtime rules, they've got, I'm not sure how they do this, because that would typically be on the kickoff, but since this is overtime, this has got to be half the distance, I would think, for the PAT attempt. Okay, penalty was declined, So the result of the play is a touchdown. Had we accepted that penalty, that would have negated the touchdown and moved the ball halfway to the distance. All right, we line up for the PAT. Mason Lucas back there lining it up, gives the nod to the holder. Holder calls for the snap. There it is. It is up, and it is good. Norwalk Warriors tied the score. Goodness sakes. How exciting is this? First play in overtime, Norwalk lights it up. Says, take that, DCG. We got you. All right, I'm going to recant that call on the touchdown catch. I got guys up here telling me that was Eggers that caught that. So it was Ethan Carlson who just ended up with the ball at the end of it, brought it back, set it down. So I don't want to cut anybody short, that's for sure. So whoever scored that, Eggers or Carlson, whichever, that's how we do it. All right. Norwalk offense lines up, deuce formation. He gives the ball to Eggers around the left side, and he is stuffed for a loss about 5 yards on that play around the end. Nothing going on there. Little lackluster blocking by our receiver out there on that side. But that's kind of no man's land out there. That's tough to block out there on that edge, and you dang sure don't want to hold, so can't blame it all on that. That's just good defensive play. All right, we got 2nd and goal from the 14-yard line. Marker takes the snap, rolls to his right-hand side. He's surveying the field. He fires back over the middle, and he's a little jacked up on that throw to Marker. And it was like a fastball, and that was a little low and outside for the other marker, that's Nick. There was no way he could haul that in. He was running to his right, and the ball was thrown back, so it's just impossible to get your body to move that way. All right, that brings up 3rd and goal for the Warriors from the 14-yard line. Warriors line up. We've got 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Marker lines it up. He takes the snap. He drops back, surveys the field, bouncing around. He throws the ball up in the air to Marker, and it is incomplete, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see what the flag is. If that's pass interference. All right, that's going to bring up a 4th down, but with the yellow flag on the field, we'll see what White Hat tells us it is. Holding against DCG, half the distance. All right, holding on DCG, that's half the distance to the goal, and replay 3rd down, so that's going to give Norwalk 3rd and 7 from the 7-yard line. And Norwalk here can kick a field goal, but that will allow DCG, if they score a touchdown, to win this game. So best bet for this would be for Norwalk to stick that ball in the end zone and see if we can't go up here by a touchdown, and that makes DCG have to respond. So, all right, Marker lines up the offense. 3 receivers wide to the right. There's the snap. Marker goes back. He's surveying the field. He's got some happy feet. He's running. He runs to his right now. He escapes the guy. He's all the way back to the 25. Holy moly, picks up a great block. My goodness. And he finally goes out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Boy, there was a whole lot of stuff going on right there. But to no avail, we end up losing 8 yards on the play. Going to be 4th down. 15 to go. I'm assuming Patterson here is going to kick a field goal. That'll at least get us up 3 points and put a little pressure on DCG. Mason Lucas, the holder is at the 22-yard line, so that's going to make this about a 32. Mason Lucas lines up. He's got his sights set in. There's the snap, and there's the kick, and it looks no good. It is short. It is short. He got under that football and just didn't have any behind it. So dang it, just hate to see that. Norwalk Warriors get a break there with 3rd and 14. Get the penalty, takes it down to a 3rd and 7, and they can't get it done. They get take a sack on the play for a loss of about 8. end up with a 4th and 15 and could not get any points on the board. So defense has got to rise up right now, and DCG definitely has the momentum. Ty Walker brings his offensive unit onto the field. They line up in a deuce formation. 2 receivers wide each side. Norwalk stands making a lot of noise. Let's see what they got for us tonight. Come on, defense. There's the snap to Ty Walker. He throws the ball, and it is incomplete at about the 3-yard line. So that's a way to start it. Ethan Vederick on the coverage out there. So he was right there to make the play, but the ball was in the dirt. So that's going to bring up 2nd and goal to go from the 10-yard line for DCG. Ty Walker calling the huddle, breaks the huddle if they come to the line. They've got 2 receivers. They've got a tight deuce formation right now. 2 receivers tight on each side of the line of scrimmage. Ty Walker's making the call. Here's the snap. He drops back. He's surveying the field, and he throws the ball. Number 8 catches that, and that's Owen Curtis, and he's gonna take that ball down to inside the 5. That's at about the 2. Okay, it's going to bring up 3rd down, 2 to go. Ty Walker's got his DCG Mustangs in the huddle. They break the huddle. See what formation they're going to come out in. See if the Warrior defense can handle this now. Two way out wide to the right, 1 out to the left. Man in motion from Walker's left to right. There's the snap. It's a handoff up the middle. Warriors are right there. They give Mr. Busby no room to run. They stop him, and there is flags on the field as well. Okay, that is a face mask against the Warriors, half the distance to the goal line, and that's going to negate the 4th down. It's going to replace 2nd down, or 3rd down, excuse me. So that is, it looks from here to be inside the 1, 3rd down, 1 to go. Ty Walker's missing somebody from the DCG huddle. He's calling for somebody. Coach is yelling at Owen Curtis. Owen Curtis brings the play into Ty Walker. Play clock down to 10. Ty Walker breaks the huddle. Oh, and DCG calls a timeout. Coach and staff was not happy with what was going on. They had to burn their timeout. Whew, goodness sakes. All right, Scallon and Schmitz out there in the defensive huddle. Let's see what Coach Scallon can dial up here for defense. I'm going to say DCG is going to spread the field, and they're going to run Ty Walker up the middle. So that's what I'm going with. All right, that penalty really hurts Norwalk. Norwalk had him down to 4th down. They had to make a choice at that point to either kick it or try for it, but then that face mask penalty, the yards are not so much of the big deal, but that took away that 4th down and give them, theoretically 2 more downs to play with for DCG, and that's just kind of a killer in the overtime game. So, all right, DCG comes out of their timeout. They've got their formation already ready to go. They run up onto the line. Ty Walker has 2 receivers wide to his right. Busby is behind him. Surveying the field, he calls, it's a handoff to Busby right up the middle, and it's a touchdown, DCG. Touchdown, DCG. That is the ball game, folks. DCG comes to town, upsets the Warriors. Norwalk players gather at the 50-yard line, as we always do, win, lose, or draw. Go out there and shake hands like adults, like men. And I'm sure the coach and staff will take care of this and hit the film room, see what it is they got to do, where they can make changes or not make changes, and shore some things up. But as in all things, football any kind of sporting event, life in general. You have ups and you have downs. It's how you come back from those that make you who you are. They always say the comeback is greater than the setback. So, you know, we all experience that in life. And football, just because of my love for football, but all sports in high school teach our children that, how to react when life hands you adversity. How do you react to that? How are you going to get better? Are you going to get irritated about it and continue to fret? Are you going to get better? Are you going to do things that you need to do to make yourself better, to carry on and do things the way you need to do? So what a fantastic game tonight. Just exciting. It's too bad the outcome was the way the outcome was, but just an incredible football game. Lots of love to everybody out there. Please let me know you're listening. Let us know what we can do different, what we can do to enhance your experience with this. And I want to go over the Warriors travel next week to Pella, take on the Dutch next Friday night. The next home game for the Warriors will be the 27th, and that will be homecoming. We'll also have a community pep rally, which will be held on that Thursday at 7 o'clock, and that will also include the induction of the Norwalk Hall of Fame class, as well as the crowning of this year's homecoming king and queen. So don't miss it, and we'll look forward to talking to you next home game. Thanks, Warrior fans. Be safe. Peace out.